No, it's live now. Love this webcam. It's really, really good quality. Ah. Let's see if people join. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All this stuff. Share. Oh. Nope, cancel. Well. Oh, bumper. I'm gonna get the word out. There it is. Still figuring all this out. So, let's see. Facebook. Actually, let's do it here. Let's do it here. Dual purpose, yeah. Let's get the share. Copy link. Okay, let's. Oh God, what is it? Be right back. Oh, yeah. Welcome, welcome. Sorry, I disappeared for a second. I was actually running out to grab a little bake box of mine. I wanted to see about some color. Hey, David, how are you? And good evening. Sorry for my scruffy appearance. We've actually been like doing stuff all day long. I got a trip scheduled coming soon, like next week, to where I'm going to be out of town. Not completely out of circulation, but just out of town. And yeah, it's going to be a little different. I'm actually contemplating doing a live stream from where I'm going because it's completely different. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Um, but yeah, so we got a lot of things going. We got a lot of stuff done today, and weather was cooperating, so we decided to break away for a little bit and go fishing. And obviously, I was getting frustrated because I'm sitting here going, "What am I doing wrong? I'm not catching anything." So they were there. They were biting, kind of, but they were short striking like crazy today. So I was looking at color patterns to see if maybe I was missing something. All the fun stuff. But yep. And they dyed the water. Like a lot of the cities. I don't know if everybody's from Texas or. Ow! I just got a hook at me. Um, they for to control like the algae bloom, they put this dye in the water, and it's like this blue dye. And it's not bad. It's just it controls the algae so that it doesn't get out of control, and the pond actually looks a pretty color, because that's really important, is the color is pretty. So we got to make sure that the water stays looking pretty, because that's all that matters. No, don't worry that the fishing and the pond may get a little bit of like grass and slime, or the pond scum type stuff. No, let's make sure that water stays really pretty blue, and it just completely demolishes the fishing usually for about 48 hours. Well, it looks like that they put it in yesterday. I'm guessing in preparation for the 4th of July, because a lot of people are out and about. So it kind of just tanked the fishing. Doesn't mean that it's going to be bad. You could see them, and here's how you know that there was something wrong. And I knew about 10 minutes after we got there. I had a couple of small strikes. I was throwing a buzz bait, and they were hitting it, but they were literally like 1 foot off the bank. So I knew that they were holding really, really tight to the bank. So I was like, okay, well, maybe that's just where they want to sit this time, and right now. So I kept fishing, and I was casting down the bank as close as I could, and I was getting blow ups, but they were missing. And hey, Selenophile. So I kept walking and walking and walking, and I wasn't actually catching anything. And I thought it was really strange. So I finally saw one, and I could see the body, but there was a little bit of like grass on the very top, and it had its head buried in the grass. And all you could see was the body, but not the head. And I was like, that's not normal for, bass at all. So that one spooked off when I got too close. So I kept walking down the bank and saw another one the exact same way. 3 or 4 fish looked exactly like that. And I was like, this is really strange. I mean, that's odd. Very odd behavior for bass. Usually they're either cruising, and if they're not cruising and they're sitting still, they just sit and they look around, and if you spook them, they just bolt. They don't sit around. These were just sitting there like oblivious to the world, and I'm going, yeah. The dye, from everything that I can find online, and I researched it at great lengths, it doesn't hurt the fish. It just, like I said, I think it kills their appetite, and they have to adjust to it. And at first it's like really strong, and then kind of subsides over a little bit of time. And so it's just more of an adaptation than anything. And my personal take is that blue dye limits their field of view, so they can only see like 2 feet in front of them. And so obviously they're not going to see the prey like bait fish and stuff like they normally would. So you got to throw something that's very, very bright, loud, and makes a lot of noise. And that's why I was going with a buzz bait. Now that buzz bait was getting their attention, but they were hitting the blades. They weren't hitting the body of the buzz bait, which I think that was pointless at that time. So I threw a few bright colors, and it didn't seem to make a difference. I was just So I just figured, all right, I'm done. So that was probably going to be the shortest video I have ever made to date because it was a complete and total bust. That and I forgot my external camera or my external battery. Oops. But yeah, I was looking for something like that to throw it's got a real bright. Trying to see if I can get the camera to focus on it, but it's not really doing a very good job of that. It's like very chartreuse on the bottom, but then it just kind of fades to different colors. It's chartreuse and a little bit of orange, then it's just red on top. I don't know how well you can see that, but well, the camera is not really picking up, but you can see the color. Didn't work. Yeah, that's one of mine that I actually painted, David. I don't know if you knew that, but as just a little hobby, I paint some of my own baits, and so some of them are unique, some of them are not very unique, but I got some pretty interesting patterns, and I mean just normal coloration. I would say like I do some normal stuff, but then I also do some really weird combinations, and it works really well. This one I've thrown quite a bit. It's just blue on the top, a little bit of silver on there, and gold. Golly, this camera's not focusing right. Gold belly, and it's got glitter under it. There, you can kind of see it a little bit better now. Trying to get centered on the camera so it refocuses. And then, like on the back, you can see it almost has scales. So, and then, yeah, this one was just a real screw off piece. So I'm not even going to touch that one. But this one I actually have caught quite a few on because it's got the color pattern, especially a springtime color pattern, that chartreuse, and then it fades to a real black, just a real dark black, and it's got a little bit of reflection in that black. So it's it's interesting. Just big old red mouth like any other popper. And I also put the tail black rather than white. So it's just a interesting. It's different. It gets the fish's attention. Um, let's see, what's another really interesting one? Here's a fire tiger, kind of. So, like, crawl fire tiger. It's just a little bit of a unique color. I really liked that one. It's nice in the spring, fall, winter. And this is kind of the same thing. Um, but it's a different body altogether. It almost looks kind of like a bug, but it's not, like a really fat bait fish. And I put the bottom, instead of just going yellow like it is on the sides, I went chartreuse. It actually, this catches year round. I was very surprised at how versatile that one is. And I mean, it's tiny. It's from bill to lip, it's maybe 2.5 inches. So it's pretty small. And they rattle really loud. And yes, it does work pretty good in stained water because one, it's loud, two, it's got a really good color pattern, and it doesn't rock when you're reeling it in. That's what I really like about it, is it doesn't rock like some do, not like a rattle trap or some of the other, like a square bill. It doesn't have that wobble like that. It has a very straight wobble. And I think I called these, I have to double check. I think I called them the hunters, because depending upon how fast you reel them, they'll do kind of like a chatterbait. They'll dance is what I call dance, and they'll go straight and then they'll hop and they'll just and they'll go back and forth. It's pretty awesome. I love those baits. And this is probably one of my favorite. Ow! If I can get the hook out of my finger. This size I really like, especially for the ponds. And this is just a baby bass imitation. So you can see like the color. I wish this camera would refocus a little bit better, but sorry. Real basic color pattern, but I've caught quite a few on that one already. And then I even have it in a smaller scale. So yeah, just to show you the difference. This is this one's not very big at all. It's not a normal size crankbait. But then you have this guy. So you got the little junior edition. This one has rattles in it. This one does not. It's just a straight wobble on the way in, and it's a square bill, just like this one. But yeah, when fishing gets real tough and the big ones aren't wanting to come out and play, I usually put something like this on, and I can get a bite. Today, I ran out of time, so I didn't even get a chance to try it. Usually I would. This one, you're not going to be able to see it real well unless I can get the camera to refocus. But this one is the same size as that little mini one. But the coloration, let me see if I can get the camera to... Nope, it's not going to refocus. It's going to be really, really picky today. Come on. Can't really tell. Well, maybe right about there you can. Yeah, you can see the back has got a really reflective, what is that? Sparkle. A really, really colorful sparkle, like a rainbow sparkles. It's just all over. And it's like that all over the body. So you can't really see it on the camera. And I wish that I could take like pictures of it, but it doesn't come out very well in the pictures even. The whole body has that rainbow sparkle to it. And it goes from this black sparkle to an orange down the sides. It's just very, very faint on the orange and then just white body. There's nothing on the bottom except for white. Yeah, this has been a lifesaver a couple of times. When I'm about to goose egg, I can put this on and a lot of times catch at least one small one. Blueback shad, got the little stripe down the side. For the really random, weird ones, out. Golly, I keep hooking myself. Purple. Square bill. I throw a lot of square bills. Ow, that one got me good. And yes, I use really good hooks on all my stuff. That one might bleed. And there's some unique ones. God, that one did hurt. It poked me good. In case you're wondering, it's the Eagle Trocar. Or no. What is it? Eagle Claw laser sharpened something or other. But you can find them almost anywhere. Like even Walmart sells them. I usually go to Academy or Cabela's for them. I don't really know what I was going for on this one. Just something completely different. It's painted the same on the other side, but it's got a real... I mean, the body itself is unique because it's not a square bill. You can see it's just a really weird bill. But it goes from like a chartreuse to a blue to, I think that's gold or orange. Maybe orange. Doesn't look gold. I do have gold, but I think that's more of an orange that I may have faded out. I haven't thrown this one too much. This one, I don't know that would do real well in the ponds, but at the lake, it would probably do pretty good in the summer. maybe springtime because it's got a real good color pattern or wide variety of color. And this is me just experimenting because I have a bait that I grew up fishing, and it's an old lure that is extremely hard to make, or I find, not make. And even making it, I found a lot of challenge. Hey, Tom. Oh, so from South Carolina. Nice. I want to see some redfish pictures if you get the chance to go red fishing. I want some redfish pictures from you, buddy. But anyways, it was a rattle trap, and it was a cotton cordell, and it was a specific color pattern. And oh, nice, David. I didn't know you were in Virginia. I thought you were local. I thought you were here in Texas, to be honest. Well, the bait has a very specific color pattern to it, and I cannot find it anywhere. I have scoured the net for months looking for a company that replicates it. And I found a few that got close, and I have several in those patterns that are close, and they still to this day work. I haven't really leaked too much about what that is because I'm trying to replicate it on my own. And when I get the color and the pattern down, I'm planning on trying to sell a lot of them off. And it's one of my secrets, but I'm not going to give the entire thing away. But one of the things that I have to work on when I'm painting these baits is I gotta get the matte finish in a clear coat so it protects the paint completely down. She will be here in a minute. Yes, Melmo is wrapping up some stuff right now around the house, and she will be sitting right here in a few minutes. She's gonna read that, Tom. So while I was playing with that matte finish, I decided to do something a little unique with it, but I really like the way that came out. And that is true matte finish, and it won't rub off, it won't scratch off. It's not. So I got the matte finish down. I hope I unfroze by now. Please tell me I unfroze, because everything looks good on my side. Yeah, I guess so. If you're saying that's pretty, then I'm assuming that everything's good. But yeah, this one, I haven't thrown it a whole lot, but I want to get this type of a matte finish type bait down. And yeah, so I think I've got enough of it down to where I can actually do it on a routine basis. But it is not easy to get the paint to lay down and then matte finish it. It's actually that part's a challenge. Yeah, and I have some interesting ones. Show you these. It's funny. Tom, I know you've seen some of these, but you haven't seen all of them yet. And like where I'm sitting right now is where I do a lot of my painting, believe it or not. It's my dining room table. It's just too hot outside. I'm not doing that crap outside. It's way too hot. I've got some stacked up along my blinds that I haven't finished yet. But I love rattle traps. They're a pain in the butt, but I love rattle traps. This has really got a nice blue, but if you can see in the light, right about there, it's kind of hard to tell. It's a color shift. It goes from blue to a purple. And I really liked how it did that. And I've got several that'll do that. But I also wanted something a little different to offset that darkness. So I went with white on the bottom. And so when bass is looking at it from underneath, they'll see it coming back and forth like that. So it's really going to offset that color. So I thought that's going to be an interesting one. Have yet to throw that one a lot out in real world application or the lakes which is going to change hopefully very soon. And you'll have to excuse me. My phone is right next to the mic. Let me just mute that real quick. Open. There we go. Yeah. Text messages. Another one. It's just a gray, red lip. It's actually a dark purple. It's coming out pretty bright on the camera, but it's actually pretty dark. I mean, you can tell it's purple, but it's coming out brighter on the camera than it is in real life. I'm not sure why that is. It's just gotta be the camera. But this one I have actually caught quite a few on already, and I love this pattern. Reminds me of the old what is that, the Rapala or Rapala? Oh God, what did they, when they changed the bottle to the model to the real skinny on the back? So like back here was super thin. Uh, Rattle and Wrap or something. I don't remember. They got crazy popular back in the 90s, I think. And man, those were fish catching machines back in the day, though. It was awesome. But got that. And of course, I love my top waters. That's probably my favorite thing to throw. Top water. Yeah, kind of like a red eye shad, Tom. It's very, very similar to a red eye shad. And okay, this is just a complete hodgepodge. I got really bored one night while I was painting and I had some extra paint. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to make a monstrosity. So I have a popper, white belly, uh, turquoise on the side with little green stripes mixed in. Like I said, the camera's not picking up all the details, but red eyes and no red mouth. It's the same color inside the mouth as it is on the sides. So this color here is the same on the front. And white tail, but yeah, there's like these subtle green stripes down the side. You can barely see them. And then a darker back. And same thing on the other side. So I can honestly say that I don't know that I've ever thrown this. Because it's such a monstrosity that I'm like, I don't even know why I painted this. It just looks goofy. And that's probably why I haven't honestly thrown it, is because it looks goofy. And that's true. I mean, having the feather treble makes all the difference in the world. But I still think this is probably one of the goofiest looking baits that I've ever painted. Now this one I do like. I did not paint the lip. And you see that really good green? I love that green. That is a color shift. It goes, see, like right there, it's copper. That same color is green. Copper, green, copper, green. What kind of fish do bass like to eat that are copper and green and have a little bit of orange on that belly? This one I've thrown some and it has worked fairly well. I really liked it. It is a hard color to reproduce exactly the same each time, because I've tried a couple more times and failed pretty miserably. So this one was my best attempt so far and it's worked out. But yeah, I really do like this color pattern. And like I said, it's that color shift. And I don't know how I got it to do it so well just a minute ago, but you can see it's like a copper. Let's see if I can get close. No, that's not going to work. But you can see it towards the top up here where the light's hitting it, how it's going from a copper. But as you roll, when you're looking down lower more here, you can see it's all green. It's not copper at all. It's just that color shift paint. And oh yeah, oh definitely bluegill. And yes. That is a phenomenal color. And so yeah, I did a little mini me in the exact same color pattern. I finally was able to reproduce it, and this was my only attempt at one of these smaller ones that I've made on it. But this one works pretty good. But the water's got to be clear. If it's too murky, then they can't even see it, and because these don't rattle, it doesn't do much good. So I try not to throw this in dirty water because they can't hear that. I mean, oh wait, there is one little rattle, but it's so small compared to like some of these other ones. Like, no, that one's not gonna come back out. Like one of these guys, little fat guys. That's a huge difference. One little rattle versus that. Yeah, I don't know where this came from. So it was one of these. Stick it in there. Oh yeah. Okay. If I can untangle these here pretty quick, I'll show them to you. Usually they come out pretty quick. Oh, I got one. I got two and a three. Okay, so that's all of them. Basic shad, blue, chartreuse stripe down the side, a little bit of green on the belly, and okay. So don't laugh. All right. I was poking around and trying to see if with these custom baits, this little green on the bottom, I'm going to hold it up to the camera. And you can kind of see that little green right there. It's real small, but it's right there. That green was supposed to be my signature. And it did not work well. It bombed. It bombed bad. It smeared. Hey, Zach. How's it going? So I've been messing, like, for a little while. I got kind of hooked on the clear translucent ones. So I really liked this. This one was kind of fun to do because it's clear on the bottom, but it still has like a glitter belly. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see it. So I got glitter only on the bottom, see through, and then it goes to a copper gold and blue on top. Nice big old goofy bug eyes. It's kind of hard to see. They're holographic though. There it goes. But this one I really do like. I've caught a few on it. I love how shiny that turned out too. It's got a real good epoxy coat on it. And then here's another monstrosity that I haven't caught anything on yet. This is this was me really late one night, and I think I had a few to drink on top of it. So I was not exactly in my right mind when I painted this. And yeah, because there's nothing matching. There is no good. Yeah, there's no. Yeah, this is just a monstrosity. It's horrible. You literally have these weird holographic eyes. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to show so you can see the eyes. They're these really weird holographic eyes. It has like two gill plate and then two gills showing in the bait. The first one is chartreuse. The second one is red. Don't ask me why I chose those colors, but I did. It's like that on both sides, by the way. Yeah. So I don't remember honestly what I was going for. I really do think I was about too many and was just and painting away, and yeah. But at least I got the little mouth, underside of the mouth right. That looks good. And then of course my another failed signature attempt. You can see that one a little bit better. It's backwards on here, but in real life, it's actually the other way around. I could probably reverse the camera so it looks straight, but it just says DKO. And in like this turquoise blue. It's not even one of my colors. I don't know. Sometimes fishing just makes you lose your brain. Yeah. I lost my brain, and I am nowhere near a fish whisperer, Zach. I wish I was, but thank you for the compliment. Yeah, Shit. Now I got them all. Because I just threw it like an idiot. Those are some of the main ones that I use. I've got more and been experimenting with some more color patterns, but yeah, I mean, like, this whole thing is just full. And this is the one I take with me when I'm primarily working. And or not primarily working. Oh my god, I was reading a comment and trying to talk at the same time. Sorry, David. Yeah, I know my signature's not working. I've got to figure something else out. I've even thought about trying to find like a little stencil or template that I could just make like a KK into for like the double K, or I don't know. I'm still tinkering with that, but it is what it is for now, and I'll do what I can. I mean, what I've been doing is any of the ones that I've been selling, I put them in an individual case, and they've got one of my cards inside it and everything. I mean, Tom can vouch; he's seen them. He's got some of them, and he knows that I try to make sure that people know, hey, this is where it came from, in case you forgot. But when you look at the bait, there's no way to tell that, and I want to fix that, but I haven't been able to figure out a good way because this don't work. I can't do that. I I cannot draw for the life of me. This was not done by me, so no, don't even think that it was. I would screw this up in about 10 seconds. I can't do that kind of stuff. I am not artistically inclined. You put an airbrush in my hand, and I can do great things with it. But you give me a paper and like the art supplies, I have trouble with stick figures. I just can't draw. I am not good at it. My daughter, way better, and she's 12. She can run circles around me when it comes to drawing. I can't draw for a flip. She's good at it though. But I'm good with an airbrush. And her, she's getting there. She's practiced some. I've got 3 different ones now. Let me show you. I don't know where Melmo is. I'm kind of worried. Let's find out. I know she's in the house, but. I think she's somewhere in the house. She may have went outside. Yes, not swim baits. I have some blanks that I'm going to be trying with. Um, but I do have some walking baits actually. I don't know. I'd have to run into the garage because that's where I'm storing them right now. So if you give me 2 minutes, I'll be right back and I can actually show some of them. At least I still think I have some. I've got some walking baits, and I even have some like Whopper Plopper knockoffs that I painted. So let me grab. Oh God! Let me grab them real quick. I'll be right back. Did you keep them company, Mr. Bumper? Did you keep them company? Did you? My dog was telling you that I left. And he was telling me that I left. Oh, just so everybody can see it, like I actually is one of my cards, and this is one of my cases. If I sell or give away some baits, I just drop them in right on top of the card, close them up. Fits almost everything. Works out great. And I got a bunch of them for really, really cheap. So, David, you were wanting to know about walking baits. Okay, so I'll start with the first one. This one actually did get messed up, so I never even wanted to give it away. But I actually took a lot of time on it, and I can't believe that I screwed it up at the very end. So I wanted something that looked like a frog, but just really long frog. So it's very dark on the top, no pattern, just black. Very green on the sides, a couple of blue stripes down the side. Got a little spot with some gold in it, and the nice holographic amphibian reptile eyes. You can't really see, but they're not like circle. The pupils aren't circle. They're like crescent moons crammed together, but very amphibious looking. And then I got a chartreuse kind of on the bottom, yellow chartreuse. It's really hard to see, but there's some gold mixed in, just kind of not a normal pattern, not something that you would recognize or anything like that. It's just kind of intertwined in there. And why I won't let anybody have this really or use it, no, besides the hooks being undersized, right there. See right above the eye? The paint, when I went to apply the epoxy coat, got somehow the epoxy did not want to set over this section. And so it messed the front of this up real bad. I mean, it's hard as a rock. It's not going to scratch off or anything now because the epoxy coat is there. But I felt really bad because I was like, hey, this actually is pretty good. I could still fish with it. But just that little front piece really screwed it up for me. And I didn't like it. Like, you can feel that it's rough right there. The rest of this bait is smooth, silk smooth. But that part is rough as nails. And it's just pissed me off. So I decided not to use it or sell it or offer it to anybody because I messed up. And I guess I'm kind of a perfectionist like that. So this is another one of my creations. Very dark on the top. I forget what that color is called, but it's basically a black with a silver over the top of it with a honeycomb pattern. And if you've seen some of my other videos of how I paint some of these, you'll know how I do it, but I don't really give too many secrets away. And actually, because I haven't hit my monetization mark on YouTube, I don't know that you can actually donate or anything like that on my channel. This is awesome, though. I mean, I love the interaction that we're getting here, David and Zach. I really appreciate it. And Tom, I always appreciate you joining in and commenting on my stuff and helping me out. You've been a great friend through the years. But yeah, so a little bit on the front, a nice little subtle orange belly. It's not real bright. Nice little birthmark on the back. But yeah, it's just a slightly different color than what a lot of the manufacturers put out. And I wanted something a little bit different. And I have caught a few on this. And I've done it in different colors. I've done a darker, I've done a green. I don't know that I have those anymore, but I have done some other colors like that. This one probably took me the longest to paint out of the walking baits. Yeah. Thanks, Zach. I appreciate it. This one took me the longest because it was layer after layer after layer after layer so that I could get it the way that I wanted it to look. And it's more like a golden shad type. These markings were hand stencil drawn, so you can see like They didn't come out exactly the same on each side, but what fish does. So they're in the same spot. They just came out slightly different. And that's due to the stencil. Just after it getting wet the first time, it just kind of messed up. But it's a silver with a gold overlay with another overlay. And then, of course, that nice honeycomb pattern. And it's all the way around. So the only thing that it does not go over is the black on the sides, and you can kind of see it like towards the top to where it fades into the lines rather than goes through it. And of course, the same yellow, red mouth and the nice holographic eyes. Let's see, it probably works better than that way. This is one of my favorite ones. Surprisingly, I haven't caught a lot on it though. And yeah, they make a lot of noise. Hey, there's been some requests for you to say hi. Believe it or not.
Sorry, I was outside with the girls.
No, you're fine. I understand. Ooh, that's always fun. See, she does exist. She's not CG'd in my videos. And yes, she does give me a lot of crap after the cameras turn off. Just a little. No. Everything that I say on camera, I pay for later, just to let y'all know. Every time.
People think you're abused. Hi.
Yeah, no, I'm not abused in any way. And she's not either. It's one of those enduring things. We've been together for a while, so.
We miss y'all too. We haven't got to hang out in a while.
Yeah, Tom's actually in
Thank you.
South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
So he owes me some redfish pics.
Nice. Hopefully we'll have our own soon.
Yeah. I haven't told him where we were going yet, but hopefully we will be fishing more salty water than fresh water here pretty soon. So yeah, when it happens, it's going to happen. And I think I'm going to try. Well, I'm going to talk to her, of course. I keep telling you words are hard. People don't believe me, but words are hard. We kind of, hey, David. We've briefly talked about it, but we've thought about doing maybe a live stream while we're down there. I have to get down to where we're going first, and I got to test the internet connection to make sure it's going to be strong enough to do something like this. Because if it is, it's not a big deal. I can take, this stuff with me. I usually do anyways, and we can just do it down there. But yeah, that 30-pound braid is going to come in handy. That's what I've got spooled up. I'm actually worried because one of the rods that I'm taking I think it has 14-pound fluoro hybrid on it, and I'm going, that's probably not gonna cut it. I'm probably gonna lose a couple lures, and I know it, but I'm not targeting monster fish anyways. I'm just whatever can bite. Plans for the 4th. Packing. That's we're planning on leaving on the 5th if it works out. So not really a whole lot of plans. I might coordinate something with the neighbor to piss off all the cats in the neighborhood. It's kind of an annual tradition between me and one of my neighbors. We find a really loud firework to set off all the car alarms with. So might happen this year. I don't know. I haven't talked to him yet about it. But I know it really aggravates his wife, and I love seeing him get in trouble for something that I helped him with. So it's funny, and he gets me back later. But no real plans for the 4th, because we're planning on leaving super early on Wednesday the 5th. We're probably not going to do a whole lot. We might sit in the backyard and listen or watch some of the fireworks in the area, but not going to really do a whole lot. It's going to be a low key 4th of July for us this year.
I need to go get some with the girls, but we got it.
Yeah. We might go and actually get some fireworks to do out where it's legal. I can't. Technically, it's illegal to do them at my house. Not even technically, it is illegal to do them at my house, but that doesn't stop me. That stays between us. But no major plans at all. Hi, Bumper. You haven't said hi to everybody yet, except like that. You want to get up here? Come here. You want to come say hi? This is Bumpers.
Can see his big head.
He's the one that helps me edit my videos. He sits at my feet while I'm doing it all. And he tells me when it's time to go to bed.
Thank you.
Yes, buddy. I know. Yes. I know, sweet boy. Yeah, I love you too. I do. She loves you too. He's a big baby.
Right.
Full blood pit and the biggest baby I've ever met in my life. Don't push me. I'm not being rude. I'm being honest. Thank you, David. Yeah. He is a wonderful dog. He is absolutely wonderful. One of the best dogs I've ever had. Said one of. I've had some really good dogs before, but he's one of a kind for sure. He's definitely special. He loves going for car rides. He's gonna probably end up in a video one of these days because I'm gonna take him out on like my 2-man, and it's just gonna be me and him because I want to see how he does. And he doesn't like the water. Like, he doesn't want to be in the water, but he likes being around the water, if that makes sense. So I want to see how he does in the 2-man just for fun one of these days when it's a little bit cooler outside. So maybe in the fall or what we consider winter. So when it cools down, basically. So yeah, December. It'll be fun to see him out on the water with me. When we get the big boat up and going and I can afford the gas in it, then maybe he'll make an appearance there too. Zach, you didn't miss it. I didn't say it. So I'll tell you the same thing that I told my work and all the people that report to me and my bosses. I told them that I am going to be able to put my toes in the sand, but I'm not telling you where.
Laid up on the beach.
Yeah, we're taking our first true vacation this year. It's just me and Melmo. That's it. And I took off 2 weeks of work, and we're going to be gone. Hopefully, if things go according to plan, we'll be gone Wednesday the 5th and won't come back until the 16th. So, believe me, I'm hoping I need a break. Work has been killing me, and then trying to keep this going. And, and I appreciate everybody because, David, you've been, very vocal about things. Zach, I'm not sure that we've really met so much and talked, on my Facebook group or even on Facebook or anything like that, or even on, here on YouTube. Yeah, celebs, nowhere near it.
Not close.
No, I'm trying to get this YouTube channel growing a little bit more, and my day job has been getting in the way of that a lot lately, and there's just been a lot of stress there. It should be calming down some so I can get back to more of a normal rhythm, because we were going fishing a couple of times a week, so I could always have content and I could always release a video a week. Well, that kind of got screwed up pretty bad, and didn't have the same opportunities that I was before, and she's doing her best to keep my sanity from leaking out of my ears. So it's been a long, drawn out story, and I know I'm not going to bore everybody with my work life, but we'll just say it's been challenging.
Oh.
Oh, okay, Zach, yes, I do remember you. Okay, yeah.
Did the gear work out for him?
Yeah. How did any of this stuff work? I know I threw a lot at y'all that night, and I know I gave y'all a bunch of a bunch of baits and a bunch of information all at once. But did any of it help? Or yeah, maybe I need to ask your son. Do you want to put him on for a few minutes? He might say better. At least I hope it really did help.
Yes.
So for everybody else, Tom and David, I don't think I published the video yet.
I don't think so.
No, maybe I did. I don't remember. Anyways, we went out to Frisco. We found a spot. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't blame you for the heat. I got to be very careful about that myself, so I totally understand. So how we met Zach and his son, and actually his daughter too. We were on the far west side of Frisco, and there's a location over there that I've been wanting to fish for a long time. So if you find it, good for you. If you don't, haha, still my spot. But on the way back, we traveled by, was it Harold Bacchus?
Mhm.
Yes, Harold Bacchus Park off of Maine. And that's true. I didn't have my camera on.
Yeah, we filmed at the other location.
Yeah. I filmed at the one location, but when we got by Harold Bacchus Park, it was already dark. Like it was 9:30, I want to say, somewhere in there. It was already dark. And if you know anything about GoPro cameras, as soon as it's not sunny outside, they just crash and burn. All right, Tom, you have a great evening. Take care, be safe, and send pics when you can. I'd love to see them. Have a good evening.
Bye.
But yeah, we stopped and talked, or we stopped at Harold Bacchus Park because I know of a pattern that has yet to fail me, but it's very specific to a couple of things. So it has to be very specific conditions, and you can catch some really nice bass, and it's a lot of fun. And unfortunately, it has to happen at night. And that is the only hint I'm going to give. And please, Zach, don't say anything, because that is one of my top secret little confidential things. Because that's one of the things that I go do for fun for me that I can't film. It's hard. I just can't film it. I haven't figured out a way without setting up like big old bright lights all over the place. And then it'll just ruin the fishing. So, Zach happened to be there as I was doing this super secret fishing technique. So he got to see it first person. And a lot of people don't believe me, even if I do tell them, but I'm not telling y'all because I know y'all will try it, and I don't want it to get out. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. So yeah, he got to see it. And so like, I think it was my second cast. I pulled like a 2-pounder out. Nothing big, but still fun to catch. And about 5 minutes later, I catch another one. Another 5 minutes, I catch another one. Now, mind you, this is way after dark. I can't even really see where I'm casting, but I know what I'm doing. Well, his son comes over and very, very politely says, "Excuse me, sir. May I ask you what you're doing to catch these fish?" And I said, "You know what? I'll do one better. If you give me just a minute, I'll come over there and talk to you and your dad." So I went over and I started talking to Zach and his son. And we got to talking, and I gave him a bunch of baits and a bunch of like hardware to use and just tackle in general. I tried to load him up as best as I could. I didn't have everything that I would normally like give to a younger fisherman, and so I gave the best that I could for the time, and I'm hoping that that will get him onto some fish. And gosh dang it, I can't think of his name right now. Um, Zach's son. Do you remember it? Yeah, that's not a surprise. And it's actually really funny that technique you can go just about anywhere and it'll work. It's so if you want to use it, that's great, Zach. But I would ask nicely. Sorry, cats are. Um, Justin, that's right, that's right, that's right. I knew as soon as you would say it, I'd be like, oh,
I'm sitting
But-
trying to figure it out in my head.
it's been a long week. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping Justin will be able to use some of the baits that I gave him and put him to put him to good use, and hopefully it's going to catch him some fish. But maybe I'll do an exclusive video for like subscribers only on this super secret, and that'll be the deal is I'll show it to you and it'll be subscribers only, but or maybe I'll do that. Maybe that's what I'll do is say, okay, we'll do like a subscriber meetup. We'll do like a handful of people and go, okay, here's where to meet me at this time and when, and show them what to do and what to bring and those kind of things. I think that might be kind of fun.
It's really good. He was so excited about
Yeah.
fishing.
Yeah, especially after that. No, and that's great. I want to see Justin succeed. I want to see him catching some more fish because the more he catches, the more he's going to get hooked on it, and then he's never going to want to give it up, and then he's going to be like me and spend way too much money on it. I spend way too much money on this stuff. So let's see, just in 1 year in reels alone, because I bought the SLX, and I bought the SLX DC, and then I bought the Corrado DC and the MGL. Oh shoot! No, the MGL was before that, so I didn't spend. Oh come on, David! You're not a true fan, then, are you? Joking, of course. No, I don't expect anything. I'm hoping that some future endeavors, and if some more of this seems to pan out some, that I will be able to travel some. That is hope. That is my hope. And that's one thing that I've wanted to do for a really, really long time is I've actually wanted to travel the country. And I'll drag her along because I know it would just be pure torture for her to go across the country with me and, put up with my face for as long as she can.
Done it this time.
I'm still waiting for her to kick me in the water. I know it's coming, and she's just trying to see that face right there. That's what worries me. No, but we want to go to places like Minnesota, and she's never caught walleye or trout for that matter, or even smallmouth bass. So I've had the luxury of doing that. I've been into Canada, I forget where, in the Ontario province in 2005, and I was with my dad, and I had such a blast up there. Fishing was amazing. The scenery was absolutely stunning. So she hasn't been able to experience that side of the country. So I want to get her up there and all over the parts. So I want to go to California. I want to fish out there. I want to get into Florida. Not just to fish. Oh, I'm telling you, words are hard. not just to fish Lake Okeechobee, but there's some other lakes that I really want to get around to. Plus, the scenery is supposed to be just phenomenal. Maybe not the bugs, but the scenery is supposed to be good. So yeah, and maybe we will get to head up that way because I've never been up into Maine. The farthest northeast that I've been is Pennsylvania, and that's because I was visiting some family, and I was real young when that happened. So I would love to be able to get back into the northeastern states. Not coming out yet. No, that's why I'd be just visiting California. I've been to California, but I would say Northern California, not like LA or anything along those lines. Not even close to that far. It was very Northern California, and so it wasn't as bad. In Oregon, I've been up to Oregon too, and that's very beautiful up there as well. All right, Krusty Krab. If she's thinking this is going to disrupt my feed, she's sorely mistaken because I'll just turn the camera and face it her way. Wow, she's faster than I thought. Allie's over here trying to get us to laugh or break character, and it's not working. All you're doing is making the cat angry. And Bumper's like, what is your problem?
People wonder why we're crazy.
Teenagers. Just that's all I need to say. See, this camera.
Hey, Allie. Can it come say hi?
Too late. Want to come say hi? No. Too late. Say hi, Allie.
Hi. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Bumper. Yes, you've already said hi, though. Spoiled brat. Easy, buddy. But yeah, that was Allie. She and some friends are over. Oh man. And it is 9:21. Wow. Sassy. That's what he is. He's a sassy.
Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you. Good Lord. Okay. Whoever said having 3 to 4 teenage girls in your house at the same time was a good idea, and if anybody says it's a good idea, you can take my word for it. They're lying. Yeah, she joins us occasionally when she can. She works and go to college, so she doesn't always get a chance to go do everything that she really likes doing. She loves to fish, and she'll join me any chance that she can get. But yeah. Oh, those are some early ones. Oh, there's some whopper ploppers. I didn't know if y'all wanted to see any more or not. I'll just figure I'd show y'all real quick. Some more baits, just real fast. Bluebacks, a little bit of fin coloration. I liked these. These don't run as well as I hope, but they sure do look good. I mean, they look really good, but they just don't run the way that I want. No problem, David. I hope you have a wonderful night. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be on much longer anyways. Big whopper plopper. That one's massive. Thank you, David. I appreciate this continued support. See, no updates from there. Oh, she got a sheep's head. Did they get the dock finished? Nice. Sorry, I was looking at Facebook and my family had uh, property right up against the water, and it looks like they finally finished their dock. That makes me happy because I know that they like that. Okay, not a problem, Zach. I appreciate you tuning in and your continued support. But yeah, it's getting kind of late, and I know it's 9:30 now. Stream started late due to technical difficulties, but we'll be doing it again. And as always, I appreciate everybody who's watching and supporting. Every moment helps. But yeah, have a great evening. Say hey to Justin for us, and you still have my email address and stuff. So if you have any questions, please hit me up. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you got. And I'm going to try and do this more on a regular basis, maybe once a month or so, just to kind of touch base with everybody, answer a bunch of questions, that kind of stuff. As soon as I get to my monetization amount, the tip jar will be there, but it's not yet. So, and there's criteria, like I have to have a certain amount of subscribers and a certain amount of watch hours and those kind of things, which I'm getting closer to. So hopefully it'll get there soon, but it's people like you that make it happen. So I appreciate it. Yeah. Have a good evening, Zach, and take care. Take care of your family. See you, Zach. This thing did not come with instructions. All right, for anybody that's still here, which doesn't look like there's maybe but one person left, I'll be doing this again sometime pretty soon. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the night. I appreciate everybody who did join and participated. It's been great. I'd love to see y'all again. So I'll keep posting and keep everybody up to date when the next one's going to happen. So if you haven't, you can join my Facebook group. And I do post a lot of the updates there, and I try to share them out on my Facebook feed. Links are usually in the description of every single one of my videos. So all you have to do is just check there. Join the Facebook site. I know Tom posts there a lot. I post there a lot. Melmo even puts a lot of her content in there. And I've got some other friends and family that post in there as well. So you can always check there for any updates because that's where I post everything first just to get it out there. And then I try to come to YouTube on top of it. So, but anyways, thanks again, everybody. Really appreciate it. Appreciate, we're trying to make the DKO family bigger, and we're going to spread it and make it wider. And I'd love to see it go more international and global and just across the country. So we'll make it happen. We'll get there. But I appreciate everybody. Thanks again. And as always, you gotta keep catching.